I was looking at some videos from 3-4 months ago when I was feeling really strong, when I hit that 180 AMRAP period, all the way up to 180 for 13. And I'm looking through the videos, I'm looking through the journal, and I'm like, wow, okay, I was strong. And I wasn't just strong in the squat, I was strong in multiple different things that I was doing. And now, when I'm doing some of these accessory movements that I'm doing, I feel like I'm not just struggling with the squat, I'm struggling with everything that I'm doing. Before this session, I tried to do some abduction work for the glutes. That felt weak. I did some pull-ups. That felt weak. Even though I got 12, that felt kind of weak, and I couldn't really feel explosive like I normally have in the past. And so then I did the pull-ups. I did 3 sets of 12. That's all great. I get to the barbell to do some rows, and I'm like, wow, I'm exhausted with this. So it's not just that my top end strength is going down, which I feel on everything that I do, but also my capacity for work has gone down a lot. And so there's a relationship there, right? So I don't have the strength that I normally do, and I don't have the work capacity that I normally do. So I've lost across the board a whole lot of performance. And I've also lost a whole lot of weight. So 7 kilos, to lose 7 kilos in this period of the last couple of months, it's a lot of fuel. It's a lot of tissue to lose. Now, I don't think a lot of this is, flat out muscle. It's probably a lot of fuel. When I say fuel, I'm thinking glycogen, just general water around the local sites of some of these fibers that are supposed to fire up. Also, on top of that, I've probably lost a lot of central nervous readiness as well because I haven't been moving the weight. So a lot of these things kind of pile up, and you're like, oh my God, this is shocking. Like, I'm sore from 140 kilos for a set of 5. But then you start to kind of take some of these things into consideration. Like, okay, so there's really good evidence for why I feel this way. It's not a technical thing. It's just I'm lighter and I've deconditioned because of X, Y, and Z. I've read some of the comments from you guys yesterday, saying some of these things, and it's going to come back. I hear you, but it's so freaking frustrating to have to go up and down like this all the time. It's so frustrating. Even after all these years of training, I'm always like, why do I have to go down to that freaking low level again, man? Like, why can't I just, okay, all right, it's going to oscillate up and down. But does it really have to oscillate that damn much? Apparently it does. When you get sick and you get smashed like that, you get properly deprived of everything for some time. And even though my symptoms of whatever the thing was, the flu or RSV, whatever the thing was, even though the symptoms are now gone, the aftermath of going through that, it's still there. So I now need to build, eat properly, right? Move properly, and then start to build up again. Mentally, it's exhausting because I don't know. Like, I'm sure we all feel this way. There's like a degree of, impatience. It's like, come on, I got to get on with this, man. Like, I can't be, wasting my time with this stuff. Why can't we just get on with it? That's I think this is why a lot of people, now, I've been around the game for a long time. This is why a lot of people just give up. They train, they get really, really good. Sickness hits them, and they're like, I'm going to go back to the gym. They go back to the gym, and they start struggling with puny weights that that we just throw around. Mentally, they're like, oh my God, like, there's no way this is happening. And so they kind of weighs on them and they give up. And a lot of people give up. If you think about it, like, 100,000 subscribers, right? 5 years I've been making videos, squat every day, like lots of conversations. Yes, some people have moved on to other creators and other ideas. Some people are riding bikes now. Some people are doing jiu-jitsu. They don't really care about squatting anymore, powerlifting, bodybuilding, whatever. People change. But I think a lot of these people that were subscribed once have now stopped moving altogether. They don't even train at all. This is what happens. This is what happens with basketball, with soccer, with social sports, with tennis, whatever you do. People move on. And I think part of that moving on is because when you're in the gym and you're training, It's so harsh, right? Nowhere else in your life do you have so much time investment and then you have 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, and you freaking seem like you regress so much. In business, it's not like that. In intellectual endeavors, it's not like that. Like if you're studying mathematics or engineering or nursing or medicine, whatever, just because you were sick for 2 weeks, you don't all of a sudden forget half of the damn anatomy of the human body. It's not like that. You don't lose the ability to think about disease processes of all the stuff that you've once known. Physically, though, it feels like that. Like, it feels like I don't really know what freaking human anatomy is. And I've been sick for 2 weeks and all of a sudden I don't know how to nurse anymore. I don't know how to be an emergency nurse anymore. It's like, what? Right? How do you lose the ability to think? It's weird like that, right? But in the gym world, it seems like that. You've lost the ability. It's weird. And I think a lot of people they're like, this is too hard, man. And I think this is why, on top of all of this, why we respect when we see somebody that is strong or that looks good or is in shape. Because we all deep down know, man, that dude's been through some shit. That guy's been through some crap and he's still rocked up after the low periods. And this is why there's like an immediate respect when somebody walks in shape or you see somebody strong, because you know they've been through it. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.